Hey everyone, it's Ian the Off Kilter Crafter. I hope you're having a great day today. Welcome to a just kind of life update and live video chat. If you are catching this on the replay, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below so that way you get notifications when you click the bell icon whenever I go live or post an upcoming new live video event, or anytime I post a new video, or okay, I'm gonna be honest guys. It's been so long since I've done this, I don't even remember what speech I usually give at the front of the videos. I remember that I used to say things like, welcome for those on the replay watching this part of the show while we wait for everyone to kind of come in and get those notifications pushed out and stuff like that. It has been a minute, hasn't it? I hope y'all can hear me. I'm nervously checking the computer in front of me to make sure that y'all can hear me, that y'all can see me, and of course I do have the chat open in the window on the screen, so that way if you see me glance down, I am looking at chat to make sure that I am interacting with y'all, catching all the comments as much as possible, all that kind of stuff. But guys, welcome to Sunday. It has been a minute, like I said, since I've been here on YouTube, and you're probably wondering, Ian, what happened to you? Well, it has been a year of change and shifts and all sorts of things, so I'm going to catch you up on everything that's been going on this year, and boy, has it been boy, has it been a doozy, but I really hope that everybody can hear me okay. Let me know in the chat if you can hear me. I think I've set everything up. I had to do some technology changes to get it all set up. And thank goodness I did a test run today to make sure that everything worked. And thankfully I caught a bug that I was about to not have sound for. So it's just, it's been an interesting morning as I get everything set up. Sherlock Sows says, I can see and hear you. Nice beard. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Yeah. Hi everyone. I don't know what to say. It's been a minute. It really has been. I didn't look before I jumped on live here when my last video went up. It's been a little bit. I know my last video was the Cotton Cuts Puzzle Mystery Quilt Clue. I think it was for Clue 5 of So Sweet, but that's been a little bit, and I'm behind on those clues, and we'll talk about why. But guys, again, I really appreciate y'all being here, and thank you for stopping in on your Sunday morning or afternoon, depending on where you are, to talk about things. So where should I start? Let's start at the beginning of the year, basically. Like I said, this year has been full of change and change, really. At the beginning of the year, I switched jobs. I got a new job, and I'm super happy with this job. Best thing that could have happened to me here in 2022, and it was quite a shift for me, but it was quite an amazing shift, and I'm so happy with that shift. But of course, that with any kind of change, it's hard to kind of reestablish your routine and life, and so that's been kind of an adjustment. It has been an adjustment. I'm super happy though. Here we are at, what is this, July, at the end of July, and I can't tell you how happy I am with this job, and I'm just extremely thankful that I was able to get this job and have been doing what I feel like is a good job and really progressing in this new job and new role. So yeah, it's been amazing. Beth says, hi Ian, I missed you. I missed all of you too. But I'm so excited because this is hopefully the start of great things to come. But anyway, so February I got a new job. Then it was at the end of May, I had my birthday. It was an amazing time. And a couple of days later, I got an unwanted birthday present of COVID. I became COVID positive at the beginning of June, and that kind of triggered a couple of dominoes falling, basically. Yeah, COVID was not fun. I don't ever want to do that again. If the experience that I had was a mild case, I don't even want to know what like full-blown COVID feels like. I am vaccinated. I've had my 1 and 2 shots, and I've had 1 booster. So I've been thrice vaccinated, I guess. I have received 3 total shots, and I still was it really took me down. I talked a lot with Becca while I was sick because she had COVID before, and I'm so thankful that Becca kind of talked me off the ledge of going absolutely insane, and just like, it was an experience, guys, an experience I never want to do again. I had a hard time with it. I did go on Paxlovid, and thankfully I didn't have rebound after that, because that is, it could be, part of it is you could have a rebound effect, and thankfully I did not have that. But in total, I spent 10 days in isolation to make sure that my roommate did not also contract COVID. And so it was tough. It was very, very tough, but I'm so thankful to Becca, and also to George from Crafts by Two. George actually sent me some groceries and kind of helped take care of me a little bit from a distance, because they're in New York and I'm here in Texas, and I'm just thankful that they kept me sane. Let's be real, they kept me sane. So yeah, it's that was not a fun experience. I was supposed to have surgery in June, but because I got COVID, that surgery had to be delayed by 6 weeks. So it actually worked out better in the long run, and I'll explain why. I was supposed to have surgery in June, like mid-June, and I was going to be under a weight restriction where I couldn't lift anything heavier than 10 pounds. I was also supposed to move at the beginning of July. So that was going to be a very hard process for me to do without a lot of help. And so I ended up going ahead and packing a lot of my stuff since I wasn't going to be having surgery anymore. I packed a lot of my stuff up and was able to move a lot of my stuff over. Thankfully, I stayed within the same complex, just moved from a 2-bedroom into a 1-bedroom. Me and my roommate are fine. We're totally good. We just decided to get our own places, and this is the first time I've ever had my very own place. So this has been a really exciting journey for me, moving into my own place, setting up everything the way I want to set it up. I haven't completely finished setting everything up. You'll notice the wall behind me is pretty blank. I'm still working on getting things the way I want it and the way I feel like it's going to work with my creative flow and all that kind of stuff. I have actually decided to make my living room my crafting room. So my living room is full of all my crafting stuff, my sewing machine, all of my different types of paper crafting and all that kind of stuff. So I decided to just make my living space my crafty space, since I spend most of my time here anyways. Peace, Love, and Quilting says, congratulations, Ian, on your job. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. It's been, like I said, it's been amazing. Sherlock So says, I've buried 3 people from COVID before the shots were available. I'm so sorry to hear that. Yeah, I can't even imagine. It was, I don't even exactly know where I got COVID from, to be honest. I think I know where it ended up happening, but it was, I felt real, I just let my guard down, is what it is. I let my guard down, and I should have been more careful, but I wanted to, I attended a couple of parties that I thought were, one of them was an outdoor party. And I felt very safe, to be honest. And I don't know which of the events it ended up happening at, but it was kind of crazy, and I just let my guard down. That's all it is. But anyways, I ended up, right, so Becca, it is so true. Everything has a way of working out for the best, and that's definitely very true. So it ended up working out great. I ended up being able to move into my apartment and get everything set up. And then at the beginning of July, I had my surgery. Everything is fine. Excuse me. If you see me wince a little bit in pain, I apologize. Still going through the healing process right now, of course. Any surgery is, like, there is no small surgery, basically. This was the first surgery that I have had a laparoscopic procedure done. All my other surgeries have been in my sinuses, and so I was not quite prepared for how much this surgery was going to affect me. And so it's been a healing process. This was a lot harder than I anticipated. I think the doctor may have undersold the recovery a little bit to me. And so it has been a process to try and recover. And I have been worried, to be honest. I've been worried about feelings and sensations and pain and all this kind of stuff. Thankfully, I have amazing friends who have either gone through surgeries like this before or know about surgeries like this, and they've been helping me feel more comfortable about everything that's going on. But yeah, I was not prepared for the recovery, and it has been quite the recovery for me. Everything is good. I go back in for my follow-up. I go back in for my follow-up next week, and I will be talking with the doctor, and I have questions for him. But everything did go fine during the surgery. It was a planned surgery, like I've kind of alluded to. It was a planned surgery. But yeah, it has been tough. It has been really tough getting recovered from this one. And it's also been tough because I'm not allowed to pick up anything over 10 pounds. So I tried to get everything in my apartment set up as much as possible before the surgery, so that way I wasn't having to move stuff around or pick up heavy things or whatever. But I did have to have my friend come over yesterday. She came over and she actually moved my sewing machine over onto my work table, so that way I could actually sew and do sewing videos, because I have not been able to up until this point, because it's been sitting off to the side, and my lovely sewing machine is definitely heavier than 10 pounds. So I have had to wait to do anything sewing wise, but I think I'm finally getting there. I'm gonna check the comments really quick and see what everybody's up to. It won't take you long to put color and make it your own space. We believe in you. Thank you, Tracy. I appreciate that. Deb says, I'm glad you're doing better and back online. Thank you so much. And Sherlock says, take your time doing things, stick to your limit. That is one of the hardest things to do. Is I know that I need to stay under that 10-pound limit, but I'm getting better and I'm feeling better. And so like, I'm not pushing my limits, but I'm noticing that I like want to do more. I just have to scale myself back and realize, whoa, I can't, like if I start to pick something up that's too heavy, I'm like, whoa, stop, can't do that yet. I've got to wait. So it's been very challenging for me to tell myself to slow down and not get ahead of myself, really. So it's been crazy. It's been really crazy, and this has been a lot. This has actually been a lot, but I'm super excited to kind of get back and get going again. I have my puzzle mystery quilt clues just sitting off camera here. I need to do clues 6 and 7 for So Sweet, and then Piazza has just started, so I need to get going with that. But yeah, definitely have been itching to get going again and itching to kind of get back into the groove of things now that I have my own space and can sew whenever I need to and whatnot. I love my roommate. Again, my roommate and I are perfectly fine. We just decided it was time to get our own places and get back into our own spaces, so that way we could get our own creativity on. And I love her to death, and I feel like there were times when I want to make sure I wasn't disturbing her, so I didn't feel like I could record a video because I didn't want to disturb her while she was sleeping or whatever. I also lived on the second floor of my apartment complex building, and I always was very mindful about my neighbors. So I tried very hard to make sure that I wasn't creating a lot of noise during our quiet hours, of course. You know, it's just respectful to make sure that you're not doing something super loud so that way your neighbors aren't kept awake or whatever. So I wouldn't sew after 10 o'clock, even though I don't think there would be a problem with it. I tried not to sew after 10 o'clock to make sure that I was respectful of the people downstairs, because I'm not sure what kind of noise they would hear from my sewing machine, but I just decided it would be better to do it before 10 o'clock so that way I wasn't disturbing them. But I'm here on the first floor now, and so I can sew whenever I want, really. That makes it a lot better for me. And also I am finding it really nice because I work from home, and so I'm able to finish off work. And now that I have everything set up and I don't have to take it down and put it up each time I want to sew or work on a project, I can leave things where they are and come back to them, like clock out whenever I'm done with work and immediately jump into the next project that I'm working on. Or if I want to record a video, I can do that immediately after clocking out from work. So this is going to be a great opportunity for me, and I'm super excited about it. Peace, love, and quilting says, I'm thankful that you are back, and it's hard to stay with weight restrictions, but I believe you can do it, and I can't wait to see what you do to sewing. I can't wait either. I have a couple of projects that I'm definitely ready for, and we'll get to those here in a second. Tiffany says, I will kick his bum if he needs a good kicking. Yes, Tiffany, I know you will. And I'm very thankful that Tiffany has also been talking to me as well, and like telling me that my healing process is normal and that everything is, as far as she can tell, progressing normal. So yeah, I will tell you though, laparoscopic surgery, one of the hardest things that I had with it was the gas. They actually inflate your abdomen with carbon dioxide gas, and the doctor told me that I was going to have that gas in me for a while, and that it would slowly, as the blood brought it to my lungs to expel, it was going to take some time. I knew that, but my goodness, it took what felt like forever for it to get out. It also would travel through my body and would come up into my shoulders, and that was incredibly painful. It's not like a sharp pain, but it felt very much like a soreness that just rested in my shoulders. The strangest part of it all was I'm a side sleeper, and so I would start off on one side, and as I would roll over, first of all, it would take me forever to roll over because you don't realize how much you use your core muscles until you can't use them. And so I was almost like a turtle on its shell for a while, because I would get from one side over onto my back, and then trying to figure out how to flip over was, yeah, it was quite comical, I'm sure, if you were watching me. And then I would flip over onto my other side, and I could literally feel the air bubbles of this carbon dioxide that they used transferring from one side of my body to the other. It would I could feel it moving amongst my organs. And that was such a weird feeling. It was weird. It was wild. But it took forever for that gas to get out. And I've learned some more tricks since then that will hopefully help me in the future if I ever need it again. Gosh, I hope I never have to do that again. But if I do, I've learned some tricks that will hopefully help that out. I was walking around my apartment kind of hunched over because it felt like there was so much gas in my stomach area that I couldn't even stand up straight without it causing pressure and stuff. So I would lean over. I ended up having one of the blankets from the recovery area. They actually just threw it in the car with me whenever I was leaving. And so I used that, just kind of help hold my stomach as I was walking. Never want to do that again. It was incredibly, incredibly crazy. Quilteris? Not saying that correctly. I'm so bad. It's the dyslexia, guys. Another 10 days and you'll be writing at 100%. You're almost there. Sherlock says gas pills helped me when I had that surgery. I asked my doctor about them, to be honest, and I actually bought some prior to surgery, and he told me that they would not help, so I did not end up taking them. If I ever do this surgery again, hoping that I never have to do another surgery like this again, but if I end up having to do another surgery like this, I'm going to try those next time, because I feel like so many people have told me that they do work and that it will help out, so we'll see next time. Martha says hi and hugs. Hello, Martha. Appreciate you being here. So yeah, that's what's been going on. It has been, like I said, it's been some change, and it's been pretty crazy, to be honest. And I'm just so thankful that I have amazing friends who helped me move, who have given me support while I've been going through this change, and it's just been crazy. Let's talk about the future a little bit after I get a sippy sippy. By the way, that's just water, because I definitely cannot be drinking right now. Anyways. So, future. What does the future look like for me? Great question that you are asking me. And honestly, I'm really not sure on a lot of things. There's a lot of things up in the air. I am looking at... Quiltessa says, you lead such a dull and unexciting life, Ian. I know, right? It is so dull and unentertaining, and it has been such a process for me over the past 6 months, basically. I don't even, like, it's just been a process. Like, that's all I can really describe about it, is it's been a process. And the future is going to be interesting, and I'm excited for some things. So let's kind of talk about I know I kind of said that and we're coming back to it, but let's talk a little bit about the future. Over the next several months, you're going to see me making videos. You're going to see me making the Cotton Cuts Puzzle Mystery Quilt, which, by the way, I have to give a huge shout out to Cotton Cuts. I did warn them a couple of months ago that I was going to be moving, and then I was going to be having surgery, and so I would probably end up getting behind on my Cotton Cuts clues and getting that out. And as y'all know, I also write for the Cotton Cuts blog as well. I did warn them about this, and they have been absolutely amazing with me. They have told me to make sure to take care of me, that they are fully supportive of however long it takes to get me back on my feet, and that I can get the clues up whenever I am able to. They do provide me a free puzzle mystery quilt, and in exchange for that, I make their puzzle mystery quilt clues, or the video guides for the puzzle mystery quilt clues. So I feel very obligated, and I need to make sure that I'm staying on a very a positive route with them. And so I wanted to warn them and make sure that they knew what was going on. But man, they have been so just accommodating and being like, Ian, don't worry about it. Take your time. Whatever you need, we're here for you, and you get those clues up whenever you want. So it has been super amazing to work with them. I highly recommend you check them out. If you haven't already, go check out the Puzzle Mystery Quilt. There is still time to get in on Piazza, and they've even added another colorway. Several of the colorways did sell out, and they added another colorway in after the initial orders. So go check them out. Make sure if you do order, you use my code Ian Piazza, or is it Piazza Ian? No, I think it's Ian Piazza. Becca, what is it? I don't remember. But make sure to use that code when you check out to let them know that I sent you over there. I'm going to be doing San Marco. That's the colorway that I'm doing, and I have my first package sitting over there waiting for me. I can't wait to get started with it. But anyways, Martha says, I'm getting mine tomorrow. I can't wait. Yay! Exciting. I am so excited to start this one. I actually really like my colorway a lot. And it's funny because I didn't realize that I had actually been to St. Marco. So, but check out my Cotton Cuts Piazza video for that one when it comes out, because I actually give you a little not behind the scenes, but I give you a little background information on St. Marco, and that I had actually been there without knowing that I had been there. But anyways, we'll get to that over. Thank you. It's Ian Piazza. Thank you. Thank you, Becca, for popping that into the chat for me. So yeah, it's that video will be coming out hopefully in the near future, and I'll be able to move forward with that. But anyways, so that's coming up. I'm hoping to do more live videos, like live sewing videos with y'all. Some of y'all are my OG fans and friends who started following me when I was doing paper crafting. And honestly, I have kind of dropped off on paper crafting for a long time now. and I know some people out there miss it, and I miss doing it too, to be honest. So my hope is that I will be able to pick back up on paper crafting videos. I know that Kathy Zilski, I talked with her a couple of months ago, and she's like, man, I really miss your paper crafting and card making videos. Because that's when she kind of found me, was when I was doing paper crafting. And I've missed it. I wanted to get back into it. It's just been, my creative juices for card making have just not been there for a while. Now that I'm in my own space and can do whatever I want when I want to, and I can leave things up, that's going to really help out with my card making videos as well. And so I will be sprinkling in some card making videos, hopefully ramping up to a card making video once a week. Those videos will probably be pre-recorded. I don't know that I'm going to be doing them live, but I may alternate between live video and recorded video. I don't know. We'll just kind of have to see how this new process works out and takes me. So be watching my channel. If you are one of my original friends from when I was paper crafting, know that that's coming back, and I'm going to get back into it. I just need to get going a little bit with that again. I also, my crafting table, I don't know that I can pick up my crafting table is a folding table, and so two of the sides fold up, and you can set it up that way. I'm not explaining that right, but anyways, basically, I don't know if I can open up my table right now because I'm not sure if the leaf for the table is heavier than 10 pounds. So I've got to kind of see if I can lift that. If I can't, I have to get somebody over here to help me lift it up. But here in another 3-ish weeks, I should be able to get back to 100% again and should be just fine. So bear with me. I'm getting back on my feet. It's just going to take me a little bit of time to get there. Yes, Beth, I'm going to get back into paper crafting. Beth says, yay, paper crafting. Yes, I will get there, and I will get back into paper crafting. And it's honestly a little exciting to be getting back into paper crafting right now, because guess what the next major holiday is? Yes, that's right. It's Halloween, my favorite time of the year. So I will hopefully be doing some Halloween projects that will kind of get back started into paper crafting. Judy says, first time catching you on live, Ian, glad to be here. Did you say you were in Texas? And if so, what city? Yes, Judy, Judy, yes, Judy. Sorry, it's that dyslexic brain that throws me off. Yes, I am here in Texas. I'm in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Where are you? Sherlock says you have a drop leaf craft table. Yes, I think that's right, because it's got like the middle section is always there. It's got like drawers on either side, and then from the middle it has 2 leaves that pop up, and you pull out the rest underneath it and lock it into place. I did do I did a little project. I did not do it because I had surgery. But my friend who helped take care of me for the first 24 hours, I ended up buying, I don't have them within arm's reach, but they are wheels that lock. So it's basically the kind of wheels that would go onto a rolling chair, where you can take out the original wheels and put these in, and they're like inline skate wheels, basically, but they have locks on them where you can lock it down. So that way, I wanted the locking wheels, so that way when I set the table up, it wouldn't be rolling around as I'm trying to work on it. So what I've done is I've gotten these locking wheels that way if I want to move that table out, and let's say that I want to do a live video of just cutting fabric, I can wheel that table over into place here and use it, and then when I don't need it, I can wheel it back and put it back where it belongs. I might do a craft or a craft room tour at some point. I don't know. It's not really a craft room, and honestly, there's not a lot for me to show off, so I'm not really sure about that. But that's what I'm thinking about. I don't know. Sherlock says it sounds like my table. Tracy says, that's cool, Ian. My favorite author lives in DFW also. Who's your favorite author? I'm curious about that. Jody says, I don't know how to pronounce the name of the town. It's North Carolina, I know that for sure. I'll be in that area in October for 3 days during the week. Would love to meet up with you if possible. Jody, let's talk about that. That may be something that we can look into and talk about. So hit me up on social media or my email address, and we can definitely talk about it and see if our schedules align. October may be a kind of busy month for me, to be honest. So let's talk about October. Now that I'm getting going with crafting and everything again, you have probably noticed already on my channel, there are some upcoming live events. I have decided that I am going to do some live sewing events with y'all. And what I've done is I've kind of taken a look at the calendar to see what days were available, because a lot of my sewing friends are live on Friday nights, Saturdays, and Sundays. Thankfully, I scheduled this one so that it didn't impede on anyone. Like Teresa Louise is going to be going live here, I think 4 o'clock Central Standard Time. I just had lunch right before this, which was not the best of ideas because now I'm all burpy. But yeah, Becca is saying, yes, let's talk about October. I can't wait. But you may have already noticed that there are a couple of live events posted on my YouTube channel for October. I am going to be doing a sew along. This is going to be a very easy sew along. At least that's what I think it is. It looks like it's going to be a very easy sew along. And so what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing a Halloween themed jelly roll quilt for October. So I bought a Halloween themed jelly roll. I've bought a grunge black jelly roll, or a mini jelly roll. And it looks like a very easy pattern to do. The pattern is free from the Fat Quarter Shop. I've linked all of the information to that pattern where you can download it for free, and all the fabric requirements into the description of those live events. So if you pop over to those live events, either now, hopefully not now, but later, if you pop over into those live events, all the information is in the description for those videos. If you have any questions, you can always reach out to me on either social media or via email. Let me know if you have any questions, but it's really just one jelly roll and one half jelly roll. And that's all you need for fabric. You'll also need, obviously, a pair of scissors or a rotary cutter. And I would suggest a straight edge. That's gonna make it a little easier, but it's not required. And we're gonna work on this together. I think we can get this done in 2 videos. One video where we're actually cutting everything up, and then maybe one video where we're actually sewing it together. And by video, I mean live event. But anyways, so I think the first one, we're going to cut all the fabric and sew it and get it ready. And then in the second video, we're actually going to sew everything together. That's what I'm thinking and hoping for. We may end up getting it done in one. I don't know. But either way, we're going to see what happens with that. And I would love for y'all to join me. You don't have to make it a Halloween quilt if you don't want to. If you want to do a Christmas one, if you want to do fall, if you want to do spring, if you want to make a baby quilt, it's totally open for you to choose the fabric of your choice. I'm just deciding to do a Halloween one because Halloween is my favorite holiday, and I found a jelly roll that I really like for Halloween, and I think it's going to make for a really awesome quilt. So that's what's happening at the beginning of October. Towards the end of October, I have another project that I'm going to work on that is not a sew along, but it's going to be like a live hangout. And you can just come and hang out with me as I sew on this project. I've decided to go with Monday live videos as my kind of schedule, since Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays were pretty much all booked up, and I didn't want to step on anybody's toes. So I decided, let's do Monday. So I'll get off work on Monday and like get into making, doing the live video, and hopefully everybody will kind of find it like a good pick me up for a Monday, because Mondays are hard. Let's be honest, it's back to work. we started another week, you know, all that kind of stuff. So hopefully this will be something for y'all to look forward to, and you'll be able to have something to look forward to at the end of Monday. That's my hope. Excuse me, guys. I've done this so rarely that my voice is not as strong as it used to be. So I apologize if I'm taking water and drinking and stuff like that, because my voice is not back to 100% after not doing this for I don't even know how long. I haven't done a live event since Becca and I were live. And even then I was like super thirsty because I was trying to drink. Sherlock says, Mondays would be great. That's what I'm hoping for. Let's cross our fingers, and I think my live day may be on Mondays. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to go live every single Monday, but I'm going to try at the very least to go every other Monday, just depending on what's going on. It may also... Oh, Kathy, you're here. Hey, welcome. Kathy Zilski. I was just talking about you. Are your ears burning? Thanks for being here today. Sandra's asking, hi Ian, came in late. What surgery did you have? I had I'm not going to go into the specifics of the surgery, but I had a laparoscopic procedure done, which has been harder than I thought it was going to be. Thank you, Kathy. She likes my Beto shirt. I like it too. Let's see. Create a simple life, or craft a simple life, excuse me. Just hopping on after an afternoon of mom stuff. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Yeah, so I don't know that I'm going to be going live every single Monday. Becca's been telling me, Ian, you have enough ideas to fill up every single Monday for the rest of the year. I don't know if I do. I'm glad she has the confidence in me, but I just don't know if I have enough content for that. I'm going to try and do at the very least every other Monday. And I have some projects in mind that I can do. I have one project specifically in mind. I started working on a kind of big fabric robe. Sorry. Every now and again I get a little twinge of pain and have to like shift. I have a jacket robe thing that I have been wanting to work on. I actually started this project, I'm not even kidding you, I probably started this project 10 years ago. And I never really got that far into it. I'm hoping to finish it because I spent about $70 on fabric for this, and I feel like I have advanced in my sewing ability, so I'm really hoping to I hope I remember where I left off, first of all, and second of all, I just want to see, I don't know. I don't know, it may be one of those things where I go live and I'm like, I have the bucket in front of me and I'm like, all right, let's just see how this goes, right? And just start picking things out of the bin and whatnot. So I don't know. We'll see how that works. I love Sherlock. They say, do what you can. We will be here when you can and when you do your videos. Thank you so much. So I'm looking over your comments. Oh, thank you so much, Becca, for putting that in. I appreciate that. What will your schedule time be? So I'm hoping to go live 7 p.m. on Mondays Central Standard Time. That's when I'm hoping to go live. Not 100% sure. I'm going to try and put up like the events ahead of time so that way you know when they're scheduled. But just stick to my, turn on notifications and make sure you check my channel to see when I'm going to be live, because that's what I'm hoping for. Cross your fingers, guys. You're so brave to do live. I tried it once. Hey, you know, I am not afraid to make a fool of myself. I make a fool of myself on purpose, and I like it when people laugh. That's really what I love it when people laugh, and even if it's at my expense, I'm okay with it. So, hey everyone, says Anne-Marie. Anne says, greetings from the Oregon coast. Hello, Oregon, from Texas. I love your cotton cuts puzzle mystery quilt videos. I love your presentation. You make them so clear. Hope you feel better. Thank you so much, Anne. I really appreciate the compliments on my cotton cuts videos. I try to do my best, and I feel like you've seen in my tutorial videos where I like flub it up and I'm just like, oh, that wasn't right. Let me try this again. Like, it can get a little crazy, and I'm hoping tomorrow to sew clue number 6 and get video for that, and I know that that's going to, it's not going to be a disaster, but it's going to be interesting getting back into the swing of things because I haven't done it for a while. Peace, love, and quilting. Ian, I know that you can do it, and I agree with Becca. You are an awesome person, and I love to see you and your creative mind come true and beautiful. Thank you so much for that. That's wonderful. Wonderful of you to say. I really do appreciate that a lot. I really appreciate all of y'all being here and hanging out with me. I've got some more things to talk about, and I keep like getting distracted. I swear, you guys, I have shiny thing syndrome, where it's like shiny thing, and I'm off and gone. But I really appreciate that. You probably see me a little more nervous than I usually am, just because it's been a while since I've done this. The Purple Wall says, glad to hear you're on the mend. It takes time. Be patient. Thank you. I am trying to be patient, and it is so freaking hard. I'm literally looking at my Cricut right now. I had to move my Cricut back towards the wall when I had my sewing machine in front of it. And I'm like, oh, now that my Cricut is free, I can use it. But it's up against the wall, and there's no clearance on the backside. And I'm like, oh, I'll just pick it up. And then I'm like, nope, I cannot pick it up because it is heavier than 10 pounds, I'm pretty sure. So I have to either get my friend back over here to help me move it forward, or I just have to wait. And that's one of the videos that I want to do is right pretty much before I moved, Cricut came out with the Cricut mat, the card mat 2x2, and I want to use that. I'm going to do that in a live video, but I just have not been able to pick up the Cricut, so I haven't been able to do that. Sherlock says all men have shiny thing syndrome. Totally, totally. Pam says squirrel. Totally me right there. So that's kind of the plan for October. October may change a little bit because I may end up having to take a work trip. I wasn't expecting this, but there may be a work trip that happens in October. So make sure that you're up to date with my notifications, turn on that bell, and check back on the dates, because I may have to either cancel one of the days or move it around depending on when this ends up happening, if it ends up happening. Things are up in the air. Okay, so that's October. November is an exciting month because the Puzzle Mystery Quilt So Sweet will be wrapping up. We'll be wrapping that one up. My hope, crossing my fingers, I actually looked at plane tickets earlier today. My hope is that Becca and I will be able to hang out in person, and we hope that we might be able to finish the Puzzle Mystery Quilt together. I don't know what's going to happen. Lots of things still up in the air. I need to buy a plane ticket. That's what really needs to happen. But that's kind of what we're planning to do. If it doesn't happen in person, we're going to look at doing it virtually, where she and I are both in our spaces and working together. But that's going to be a doozy of a day for us, because we're wanting to do the Puzzle Mystery Quilt, putting the whole thing together on a live stream. Totally on a live stream. So we're going to see how this ends up working out. I don't know what's going to happen. We're still in the process of talking about this. We'll see what happens, right? Day by day. At this point, I'm literally like day by day is really what it happens. Recovering from surgery here too. That 10-pound weight restriction is no joke. It is not. It is not a joke. Craft a Simple Life. It is crazy. Martha's Creative Life says, so jealous if you and Becca getting to hang out together. Cross your fingers, guys. I'm hoping it's going to work out. We will have to see what happens. I pulled out my Cricut about a month ago, never used it yet, but hubby will be home in a few weeks and he's painting my second craft room. Got to pack it away. Oh man, you just got it out and now you're having to pack it back up again? It happens. Just make sure not to let it sit whenever you're finished painting. Make sure to bring it back out and start using it again. I might end up with a wall quilt, says Becca. Yeah, you might. And Peace, Love, and Quilting says, don't forget to give Ian a look. I made a little sign too. I'm actually pretty, like this has been a little, I don't know. I was like I got bored watching TV, and so I was like, I need to do something. And I had this little letterboard sitting around, and I was like, well, let's make something with it. So there you go. I was gonna put it up on the wall behind me, but I'm wanting to hang a quilt behind me. I have one of those like frames, a quilt frame. I want to do that, but I don't know if I don't know. First of all, I don't know if I can do it right now. Second of all, I don't know how it fits into the frame and everything, so we'll see. But yeah, so that's November. And then I don't know what's going to happen after that. Everything is moment by moment. And then looking further into the future, I think I want to move out of Texas, to be honest. I think I want to move out of Texas, and I haven't quite decided where I want to go yet. So that's kind of my looking into the future. What does that look like? And I'm looking to hopefully move to another state in about a year, a little less than a year now. Don't know if that's going to happen. Don't know what that looks like. Don't know where I'm moving. Don't know any of that. That's the research that I'm doing right now, is looking at where do I want to go and what state do I want to go. So yeah, that's kind of also on the horizon, way back on the back burner, but that year is going to come up faster than I expect it to, and there's going to be a lot of things that need to happen in between then. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting for sure. I've had it for 2 years, never used it. A big time newbie. Sherlock, get it out and get it used. That was one of the things that in all the cricket groups, I would see ladies and gentlemen posting that they had got it for Christmas, and that was like 6 months ago, and they've not taken it out of the box, or 2 years ago, or whatever. I always would tell them, take it out of the box. You're not gonna break it unless you're like literally taking scissors to the belt or something like that. You're not gonna break it. It's going to be okay. And especially like 2 years after purchasing it, like the warranty is already over at that point. So what's there to hurt at that point? I love your sign, and to let you know, my name is Courtney. Hi, Courtney. CJ. Okay, CJ. I'm gonna try and remember that. Peace, love, and quilting is CJ. Hi, CJ. Kathleen says hello. Hello. Let's see. I don't know if it's on the chair or wall, but I'm loving the rainbow halo. You look magical. Thank you. It's actually on the wall behind me. That's another thing that I've been working on, is like figuring out this space and what does this space look like and how do I record in this space. Like I said, I want to put quilts up behind me. I just haven't figured out how to do that. I do live in an apartment, so obviously like putting nails into the wall is not exactly the best option. So I'm trying to figure out what is the best option for hanging stuff and how do I put stuff up. So I'll get it figured out, but that's to come. Becca can teach you how to drive in snow. That is very true. Jody says, come to North Carolina. We have 4 seasons every year. That is something that Texas does not have. Going to be last Saturday of each month. Got some big changes coming. Yes, Becca's got some big changes coming to her channel and to her spools group and all that kind of stuff. So if you're a member of her spools group, make sure to pay attention to what's happening over on her channel. Teresa says, I was picking huckleberries yesterday and missed the Zoom. I don't know that I've ever had a huckleberry. Is it like a blackberry? Right? I think. Toby Knit says, I use my Cricut to paint or print and cut stickers. Yes, that's awesome. I love doing that. I haven't done it in a while, but I need to. It was a gift from the hubby. He thought I could work, so take time. Okay, Sherlock. That's a thing. That's definitely a thing. Trying to find time for everything. And Becca talked about this on her channel, because they started going back to work in person, and she talked about her struggle with going back into work and having to, like, working from home is so completely different than having to go into an office, and like having that commute time and then coming home and not having enough time to work on what you want to work on, and taking care of the house and taking care of kids if you have them. I don't have kids, but you know, if you have kids, you got to take care of them. So it's a whole thing. I totally get that. Thanks, Ashley, for all the hearts. Pam says that she bought the fabric just for the Zoom yesterday from the spools. When I was in an apartment, I used command strips. I've used a lot of those. I have used a lot of those, and thumbtacks. I also have used thumbtacks. Oh, Tracy says, be careful with hanging stuff and reaching too much over your head until completely healed. Absolutely right. I've been trying to limit that as much as possible. Oh, Teresa says it's like a little blueberry but tart. I need to try one apparently. Command hooks are great. Absolutely love them. Tiffany's gonna take a nap. Bye, Tiffany. See you later. And Becca's talking about the spools and that maybe they'll do a makeup session. I was in the Zoom yesterday, and it was a lot of fun looking at the Lone Star project that everybody was working on. It was a lot of fun. I may have to do a Lone Star at some point, but I've got several other things on the docket. So, have I covered everything? We got So Sweet coming up. We got hopefully a So Sweet collab with Becca and me coming up in November. We've got Halloween. Again, go check out those live events. Go check out the fabric requirements if you want to join me. I would love for us to all do it together and create something pretty awesome. The pattern looks really fun, so I'm excited for it. It's going to work my asymmetry muscle, right? Because this quilt is not symmetrical. And so it's going to work that asymmetry and trying to allow myself to be less symmetrical. I'll tell you what, when I was a lighting designer for theater here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, I loved symmetry. I craved symmetry. I would find myself accidentally creating very symmetrical designs. And obviously not every show can be symmetrical because there are different props and different sets in different areas, and different things need to happen. And so I had to kind of break myself from the symmetry sometimes and try to like zone into that asymmetrical design, and it was not easy. And this is definitely a very asymmetrical design. And also working with the colors, I think I'm gonna have to really, like, honestly, I think I'm just gonna have to throw all of my strips into a bag and just like randomly pull out of the bag, because I know if I don't, I'll end up with a quilt that will be like orange, black, green, gray. Like, it'll just keep repeating those colors in a specific order. And the way that this design looks, I think it's gonna look better just kind of randomized. So I think I'm gonna be like grabbing stuff out of the bag and stuff like that. But anyways. Sherlock says I have to learn Zoom. I'm hoping it's like Skype. It's very similar. There's a lot of the same features in both of those. I know, the purple wall says, that sounds like a nightmare. Asymmetry, eek! I know, it's going to be hard for me to break that like symmetry. It's gonna be hard. But I think it's gonna come out pretty cool when it's all said and done. So we're just gonna have to see what happens. Right, Pam? Pam says, I'm the same way. Everything has to be just so. Absolutely, right there with you. That's one of the things that I like about the puzzle mystery quilts. I think that's why I find the puzzle mystery quilts so satisfying, is there's symmetry to it. There's a lot of symmetry to it. Like, that's kind of how the puzzle mystery quilts work, is because they have symmetry to them. And so like you can look at each quadrant, or you can look at each side, And that's a lot of times how I get clued in when something is wrong, is because I'll be looking at it and I'll be like, wait a minute, this doesn't have symmetry. And I'm like, whoa, something's wrong. And I figure out what's going on. So Teresa says that she's looking forward to October. I am too. October is my favorite month of the year. Always love Halloween. I get to put my Halloween decorations up and do all the things. So yeah, October is going to be pretty cool. Yeah, do y'all have any questions? Please feel free to ask questions. I'm at this point, we're just, I think, going to be chatting and asking any questions and talking and all that kind of stuff. I'm very excited for my new setup, and I have hopefully gotten myself set up in OBS where I am in a place. OBS is the software that I use to make these streaming videos, and I'm excited for being able to use it, and hopefully I have a whole bunch more cameras set up. This is actually my DSLR camera that y'all are on right now. I have a webcam that I'm hopefully going to use. I've got to figure out how to like mount it so that it's my overhead camera on the tabletop here. It's hard to like figure out all the different camera angles. Becca has done an amazing job with all of that, so it's been pretty crazy. Teresa asked, "Can your job move with you?" Yes, it can. I'm able to move because I work remotely. I'm able to move. That honestly, okay, I'm gonna let y'all in, and that's been a gift of this job and a curse at the same time. I can move with this job. I can move pretty much anywhere where I can live comfortably on the salary that I'm making. I can live anywhere, but by the same token, this job means I could live anywhere. So it's been this like double-edged sword where it's like, oh, I could live anywhere. Oh, I could live anywhere. So that's been difficult for me to figure out. Like a lot of times a job kind of dictates where you are. Like in the before times, before COVID, like you kind of had to work in that area. But with this job, I can be anywhere. So as long as I have a good, strong internet connection, like I could even, if I really wanted to, I could buy an RV, and as long as I had a good internet connection, could rent off an RV. So I don't know. Can't do Scrappy. It physically makes me sick to my stomach. Sandra, I feel that. I understand, and I totally get that. Tony says, yes, Ian, it is a struggle with the camera angles. I know, it's a struggle, and I'm going to be figuring this out. I don't know. I may end up moving. Well, I don't know. We'll have to see, but I do have another camera because I want to be able to do overhead shots. I like doing this like wide shot, but I also want to do an overhead shot so that way y'all can see what I'm working with when I'm working on the tabletop here. So I don't know. Martha says, it is hot and humid here in Alabama. Pam asks, what do you do? I'm an instructional designer. Yeah, so camera angles are going to be interesting. And I'll figure this out. Because like one of the things I have a overhead mount that I could put, but that would be like right in front of the camera. So I don't know. It's gonna be interesting, and we'll figure this out together. We'll make it happen, and hopefully I'll have a better background than just a blank wall with a rainbow. Hoping to do more things. We'll see. What's that? So an instructional designer is someone who creates the curriculum for training modules, basically, is what it boils down to. Give lots of kudos to all the YouTubers, lots of work. Yes, absolutely. Kathy Zilski makes her videos look just immaculate whenever she goes live or is doing recorded videos. I love watching her videos. Her humor is right up my alley. Quite amazing. And then we have Becca, who does an amazing job. It's a lot of work. It is a lot of work to figure out all the different things. And that's one of the things that I needed to keep in mind when I was moving into an apartment. I looked at a couple of different apartments, and I wanted a space that was going to be big enough for me to do everything that I needed to, and not like crowd, like I didn't want to have to like I don't even know, like scoot from one side of my room to the other without being able to actually walk, you know? So yeah, I don't know. Martha, isn't that great that she can toggle between a couple of different views? I have a way to do that too. I don't have my other camera locked in right now, so I have a couple of different angles available, but I just don't have the camera hooked up because I knew today I was just going to be doing a talking to y'all video, so I didn't want to do all the fancy camera angles right now. But I think it's going to be pretty cool. I think it's going to be pretty cool when it's all said and done with. So, yeah. Lots to do. Lots to do. I also have 4 quilts sitting. I had to pack them in a suitcase to move them from the old apartment to this one. I have currently 4 quilts that are finished, 4 quilt tops that are finished that need to be quilted. 2 of which are t-shirt quilts that I need to go out to see my quilter and rent time on her machine to get those going. I have to wait until after I've recovered and all that, but yeah. Sherlock says, gotta run. I'll watch the replay on my other channel. Also, thanks for sharing, Ian. Glad to see you back. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Yeah. So that's what I've got. Well, I need a cuppa. Great chatting. Look forward to your next video. Thank you so much for being here, Toby. I appreciate it. I think that's pretty much it, guys. I think that's pretty much it. And those are my plans. Those are my hopes. Those are like the direction I'm going in. And I hope that y'all will stick with me and follow along and interact and cross your fingers that I'll be able to get more videos up and going as I take on this new journey in a new space, and I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. I just have to figure out what I'm doing. That's what it really boils down to. I just need to figure out what I'm doing. So, all right, well, I think that's about gonna wrap it up today. See, I can do this really cool thing where I go to this one. And here I am. Oh, thank you, Becca. Thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate it. And of course, I changed my camera angles. Like, I have a whole thing that happens on the screen whenever people give a super chat or subscribe to my channel. And of course, the moment I hit the button to go over to this view, it's not there anymore. But thank you so much, Becca. I really appreciate that. That's very kind of you. So, all right, guys, I think that's going to do it for today's live event. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to hit that bell notification icon. Make sure to give me a thumbs up. That does help me out a lot. I really do appreciate it. And of course, make sure to check out those upcoming live events, as well as check out, check out any any videos that are popping up on my channel as I hopefully get going more with videos, because it's been far too long. So I hope everybody has a great day, and I do remember this part. I hope everybody has a great day, and remember, guys, normal's just as sitting on the dryer. I'll see you all very soon.